Hello, everyone, and welcome to another State of the Game with Nikki Batgirl D'Angelo. Yes, there are a lot of times that I make statements that are absolutely stupid and asinine, and other ones that I swear I'm backing with every bit of my willpower, strength, and perseverance. Nope, not this time. I said that I wasn't going to go back into the game until 3.0 came out. I'm getting rather frustrated that there's so many setbacks, but I understand why things might be happening in the way that they are. But my major issue that I've been holding close to my heart is this. I didn't sign up for Star Citizen and put in over $4,000. I know a lot of you have put in over 5, over 10. Some of you that watch me have put in over 20. But I didn't put over $4,000 into the game because I wanted the game out in bits, in big, giant, large chunks. I thought that I was really going to be alpha testing the game. But somewhere along the road, CIG started to look at it as giving us big giant pieces and fanfare and making it very important to have a huge release with big announcements that are covered by the press, and it's actually that's gotten me a little bit upset. The reasons are very simple. If I'm alpha testing the game, then as they're coming up with different technologies, different pieces of the game, then I'm an integral part of the testing of it. But that's somehow down the road, because of issues like Derek Smart, because of things like the press, because of things like naysayers, Star Citizen was pulled closer to the breast, closer to the chest, closer to CIG. You know, it's a statement. I don't know what the statement is, but it just got pulled away from us. Look at how long it's been since we've had an update. It was last year that we were waiting for 3.0. We got 2.6 just before the end of the year, and here it is almost 8 months into the year, and we still haven't had anything major, minor, or anything of substance given to us from CIG. This isn't what I signed up for, which is why I pulled back, why I haven't been doing my shows, because honestly, unless it's talking to Ben, who I absolutely love and we'll get to in a few minutes, or Sandy, who's a very dear friend of mine, or Brian, who to me is like phenomenal, or any of the other people at CIG, the personalities there really isn't a lot to talk about the game. And I've said this before, there's some amazing YouTubers out there that are continuously regurgitating the news and putting it out there, but it's the same news all the time in just varied conditions of completion. But if I'm going to sign up for early access and to really be an alpha tester of the game, as you get each part of the game, I should be involved with that. So people called me out on the Delta Patcher isn't important. The Delta Patcher is the most freaking important thing to me because it means that they don't have an excuse for not putting out different pieces of the game. So little by little, it's become apparent to me that what we have right here, 2.6, is gone. Now, there's still going to be a Port Olisar, there's still going to be a Yella, there's still going to be a Correa, there's still going to be other parts of the Stanton system in 3.0, but the game itself is a complete rewrite. Otherwise, why wouldn't they just give it to us in pieces, right? Because it wouldn't be hard for them to say, hey, we have to look at grabby hands today. We're going to drop it into the Evocati, then we're going to put it into the PTU, then we're going to put it into the game so you guys could help us get that worked out. But instead, they're going to take all these new technologies, put them into a nice 9-layer dip, and have you sink your chip into it, take a bite, and then critique it, and then start helping them fix it again. So it's like all the testing that we've done has gotten us here, and it isn't for naught. But we're not getting the little bits and pieces because they are 100% changing everything all at once. And yes, I have to suck it up. This is their decision. I have to suck it up. I didn't sign a contract with them. Or did I? I don't know. But it frustrates me to no end that they've got to do this with fanfare. Release day is fanfare. Testing, beta testing, alpha testing, whatever you want to call it, shouldn't be. But yet, we get GameStar magazine articles about 3.0. We've got a big launch thing going on for 3.0. We have Evocati. If we ever get it, yes, we're getting it. I know we're getting it. There's still some naysayers out there. I still believe naysayers have it all wrong. I'm still committed 100% to Chris Roberts and Cloud Imperium Games. My aggravation is over not being a real alpha tester. Over, it's more they're keeping things close in and not letting us see them until it's time. And that's not alpha testing. I don't know what that is. I mean, maybe this is something new. Maybe this is the way games get built from now on. They give you modules, they give you bits and pieces, and then they start. I look at the development of Castles and Kingdoms, or was it Kingdoms and Castles? It was a game that I invested in Fig, and they did an amazing job at alpha testing. They built each different module, each different piece, and built on top of it and gave you the pieces, told you what was in there, told you what the bugs were. Go in there, break it, find out what it was, and they fixed it. And that game, far simpler than this game to build, has come to pass to be released. It's done. But it was done in a way that I thought CIG was going to follow. The Delta Patcher is incredibly important. Because at that point, I could hold them accountable. So I'm going to break here for a second and talk about a very dear friend, about Benjamin Lesnick. Now, it's obvious that Ben is out. He is ill. He's having eye issues. He's had many eye surgeries over the years and is suffering again from, I think it might be a detached retina or another piece of his eye. And he is undergoing surgery a week from Thursday. So that will be the 3rd of August. I believe that's a week from Thursday. So all I'm going to ask is that everybody send the most positive thoughts to Ben every day that you can between now and then. The issue is, he's such a dear friend. I want to be able to show him how important he is to every one of us. And by reading the tweets, by seeing the posts in the forums, or I guess you could call it our version of Discord, I guess I already see how much you folks care. But I really hope that we as a community come together and show him the hugest, the biggest, the largest, the most expansive, warm wishes that anyone has ever received in this community. Alright, so I'm going to leave you with that and go back to something else, okay? So, what you see here is me jumping into the game yesterday for the first time in a very long time. I've even avoided playing Star Marine with the girls after Lightspeed Lunatics when it happens. And I had an amazing time. And this is the frustrating part of it. This is the absolute frustrating part of it. They've proven to me that they can produce a game that I'm going to fall in love with. I have my issues with it. But I can jump into this game and feel so much more immersed than in other complete games in the same genre. And I think it's just that vision of Chris Roberts, although only a thimbleful in the Hangar module, only a tiny, tiny, tiny little espresso cup full inside of the Arena Commander, and only a tiny little half pint glass full here in the PTU, well, in the PU, the baby PU. It's still got more going for it than most games do. And I know that there's no game really in it, it's just testing. But that's what I signed up for. I wanted to test. I mean, everything here, just everything you see, is just the most amazing, most immersive piece. So what I did here, knowing that 3.0 is going to show us the brand new Aurora, what I wanted to do was I wanted to get into the game and just get that experience that a brand new user would have. And what happens here today in my wonderful, amazing, it wasn't amazing or wonderful, believe me, but wonderful and amazing return to the game, is that there's somebody playing it for the first time. And you'll see that a little bit later as I move to another part of my day when I was playing. I followed them along and saw the questions they were asking, and I tried to stay back to see the help that the community that was there was giving them. Now, when I first logged on, somebody said, "Hey, I was doing the Tesla mission, and there's a pirate over there, and they blew up my ship. What the hell?" And they were talking about a real live human being, not the pirates that are in the game. And unfortunately, that's what the game is, and you deal with it. You deal with it by going back in a bigger and better ship and blowing them up, or getting your friends to go with you and scaring them away. That's just what the game is right now. And that's pretty fun. But when this new person comes on, they're asking all these different questions, and finally it comes down to, well, this isn't the game. And the person's like, really? And they're like, yeah, this is just a test. This is when I actually wrote in. I said, yeah, everything that you see here is most likely going to be different in just a few weeks to a couple of months. And somebody was like, well, not everything. And I'm like, well, mostly everything, right? It's going to have a couple of things that are the same, and that's about it. And they were stunned that there was even more coming out. Now, of course, had they been playing for more than 3 hours, they wouldn't be stunned. They would be relieved that they had just spent money on a game that was still going to be in production. But I think it's because when somebody walks into the game for the first time, and yes, there are bugs like this where I can't even get up my own freaking elevator without jumping or finding exactly the right way to get on top. But I think when people come into this game for the first time, that WoW experience, and I can't imagine what this is going to be like with Oculus Rift, actually standing outside your ship and being able to look all around it. But I can't imagine, because my first experience with the game was walking into my Aurora for the first time, which is why we were playing the Aurora LN, and it just got better each time I got a ship until I got this ship, the Constellation, just about a month or two after I made my first pledge for the game. I can't believe that staying away from this game and walking back into it again after playing other games just still gives me that WoW experience. And I'm frustrated and fed up with waiting. And I still come out going, alright, it's worth the wait. And I think that's what a lot of us go through, is that there's so much here. We see it, we touch it, we taste it, we know it's coming. That when they have these constant, the only thing consistent at CIG is that anything they say is not going to come to pass, right? In the schedule that they say. Everything is always going to take months or years longer than they say. But we just sit there and accept it, most of us, without any question, because we've got this. We've got this little taste of it, and we know it's coming. And they'll throw ships at us, like the Defender, like the Eclipse, and they'll throw buggies at us, like the Cyclone, which I haven't bought, and bikes, like the Nox, and I just could Nox stand the... I'm sorry. I which I bought, and I'll probably buy a Cyclone too. You never know. And we just buy them because we know that this is coming. But the problem is, are we not holding them accountable to what they said? Are the big fanfared releases of unfinished pieces of the game what we signed up for? It's not what I signed up for. And Chris, you are such a director that you crave perfection, that you need to make everything exactly right before it goes out. But we signed up to help you implement this game, to get it done. We didn't sign up for the huge fanfare releases. We signed up to be able to touch each little tasty morsel that you create before it goes into the smorgasbord of wonderful things that you're building us. And I understand you having to get it right, because there's $150 million of our money that you have on the line. And there's also press and bloggers and naysayers saying it's not going to happen, saying that you're taking our money and just running off to an island, which we know is not happening, just because of everything that's being built. I hope the transition from 3.0 to 4.0 is more succinct and less fanfare. I hope it is something that is given to us and not made for the press. Too much of this game. I hope it's done. I hope the delays are done after 3.0. That's my biggest hope. But I know that CIG is still going to continue down that road. And as long as Chris is director and not producer, nothing is ever going to be good enough for final release. And that's scary and kind of comforting at the same time. Scary because each year that ticks by, I'm a year older, and thus get a year closer to losing some of my motor skills, my reactions, my awareness. Now, I'm only 52, but still. I really just want them to put this out in any form so we, the community, could do what we signed up to do, which is to test. Next up is VerseCon. VerseCon is being held October 27th and 28th in Austin, Texas. It's a Star Citizen backer-created event. Follow VerseCon, I believe that's the Twitter handle for it, to get all the updated information. Tickets are $50 for both days or $35 for just one day. I'm pretty excited about this. I'll be going with a bunch of my friends from the Enablers. And if you want to come and meet me, or even better, come and see some of the wonderful events planned by the backers of Star Citizen, please do. It would be great to see all of you there. Next thing up is Bar Citizens. There are many of them, and I just got through one of them. Yes, got through it. It was at a beer garden, and 1.5 liters of beer. Holy cow, that was a lot. Nonetheless, the Atlanta chapter of Bar Citizen had their Bar Citizen over at the Der Biergarten in Atlanta, Georgia, and I met a lot of great fans. I'll put up some pictures. I'll try to get that into my Instagram and link it below. And finally, big things coming up quickly are Gamescom, which you all know about, and that will be in Cologne, or Cologne, however you say it, Germany, but right after that, DragonCon here in Atlanta. And with Ben out sick, we will have David Haddock and hopefully some other people. There was supposed to be an event planned. I still have to get that information from Sandy and from David or from whoever's going to be here. But I would love to see you all at the event, DragonCon. It's a huge, huge, huge cosplay event. So wear your best. Come see us. It's Labor Day weekend. It's the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm usually there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So please keep watching my Twitter or this channel for more information. I think that's it. Folks, please give all your most positive thoughts to Ben Lesnick. Keep up your patience for me. I will have many more Star Citizen-based shows coming up, I promise. I know it sounds like empty promises, but guys, it's got to happen sooner or later, right? The game's going to come to 3.0, and I'm just going to be immersed in it all the time. If you want to see what I'm doing all the time, just go to twitch.tv/Nikki65. I am thinking about changing that to Nikki's Air and Space Addicts, which is a pun because it will be NASA, N-A-A-S-A, instead of NASA. Tell me what you think about that. If you like it, please comment below. And with that said, you all be safe out there. Keep on trucking. Sorry. Watched a lot of Grateful Dead concerts at my friend's for some reason. And with that said, you all be safe out there. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.